Proposal 1 is either a good idea or bad idea. It all depends on who you ask.
In the history of bad ideas, this is right up there.
It's time for legalization.
Proponents and opponents of Proposal 1 couldn't disagree more on the legalization of marijuana.
It's not harmful. It's a non-toxic substance. Studies out there have not proven any harms of marijuana at all.
This is a decision that will have irreversible consequences upon our youth. The future of our children is going to be adversely impacted.
Tuscola County Prosecutor Mark Reen was one of many community officials speaking out against the legalization of marijuana today at a press conference at Delta College, an event hosted by Healthy and Productive Michigan.
Law enforcement officers do not spend a tremendous amount of time on marijuana issues, so that they keep talking about that is not the case in any way, shape, or form. However, it's important to look at Colorado. Violent crime up 20% since the time this was enacted there.
Meanwhile, Steve Miller, a former cop and spokesperson for Law Enforcement Action Partnership, says the voters of Michigan should vote yes on Proposal 1. He insists the so-called war on drugs was lost years ago.
Let's get out of that and get to a more civilized, regulated market and let law enforcement start focusing on crimes with victims as opposed to something focusing so much effort and so many resources on something that's not even harmful.
And while they disagree on what should happen at the polls November 6th, Reen and Miller both hope their side wins.
No other state in the Midwest has legalized marijuana. If it were such a good idea, somebody would have figured it out. And in fact, the state of Ohio voted it down 2-1. 2-1 in 2015.
There's no reason for it to be illegal. There really.
And of course, the voters of Michigan will have the final say on this issue when they head to the polls on November 6th. Reporting in the Continuous News Center, James Felton, WNEM TV5.